It's time we got off our assets. Welcome back. Vince Graham here with part 2 of a series describing an opportunity for South Carolina. We're headed to the airport this morning. Architect Alil Saranin providing the thought for today. We're going on a field trip aboard a specially equipped Air Force C-17 based in Charleston. As we taxi out, recall from part 1 the comparison of the Charleston and Mount Pleasant peninsulas. Viewing places from above provides a different perspective that can inspire new ideas. We'll see older examples of development like Charleston's Boulevard project. Begun in 1909, this project involved filling 47 acres of wetland at the southeastern tip of the Charleston Peninsula to create land for the new Murray Boulevard and hundreds of homes, including those where my friends Mayor Riley and Dana Beach now live. Modern examples include efforts similar to what the City of Charleston and State Ports Authority are planning on 74 acres of property along the Cooper River. Their vision involves building a new passenger ship terminal and making up to 50 acres available for parks and new development. Fasten your seatbelts, we're cleared for takeoff. Our flight will take us along the coast, north to Massachusetts, then to Europe and home. Our mission, to gain inspiration and enlightenment and return in 9 minutes. As we depart, practice using your viewfinder. This device allows you to compare the land area of Patriots Point, always shown in red, with places we'll be flying over, like Charleston's Peninsula. As we continue our climb over Mount Pleasant, it's worth pointing out the town has ambitious plans of its own, like the redevelopment of Coleman Boulevard and Johnny Dodds Boulevard between the bridge and 526. The latter project was inspired by famous boulevards such as this one in Barcelona and this one in Lisbon, Portugal's capital. The town envisions a beautiful urban thoroughfare where multi-story buildings will replace aging strip malls. Construction will begin at the end of 2010. This effort will take time, but you've got to give credit to the town's leadership for this bold endeavor. Up to 30,000 feet, compare Patriots Point to the oldest part of town, which includes the Old Village and Old Mount Pleasant. Until the 60s, this 400-acre area comprised the entire town. Subsequently, the town has grown by 70 Patriots Point-sized pieces, so that it's now about 28,000 acres. Among these pieces, the retail centers along Houston Northcutt, Coleman Boulevard, and 17, residential areas like Hobcaw, Molasses Creek, and Ion, the Wando Shipping Terminal, Bell Hall, Snee Farm, Town Center, Central Mount Pleasant, and Seaside. Here's downtown Isle of Palms for reference. Flying north, Brickyard Plantation, developed in the 80s, Rivertown in the 90s, Dunes West, Park West, and the airport could accommodate multiple Patriots Points. Charleston National, Wando High School, which is exactly 10 miles from the Old Village. As we leave Mount Pleasant, think about the difference between historic mixed-use development patterns and those primarily single-use projects developed after World War II. Older areas are more compact neighborhoods. Passing over historic Georgetown, South Carolina's third oldest city after Charleston and Beaufort. Picking up speed over North Carolina, we're now over a neighborhood of Norfolk called East Beach. Shown in blue is this 100-acre redevelopment project my company helped launch in 2004. Prior to that, the Norfolk Redevelopment Authority spent $50 million to acquire this land, abandon and dilapidated buildings, and clean up the beach adjacent to the property. They developed a plan for the site and entered into an agreement with a private development company which is building a new neighborhood on the land. Farewell, Virginia, as we cross the Chesapeake Bay into Maryland and fly over its capital city, Annapolis. Patriots Point could easily accommodate the city's entire historic district. Here's Maryland State House looking toward the water, and from the other direction, the city marina. Let's land and go for a quick walk. There are several thousand homes in the historic district. Main Street looking toward St. Anne's Church, one of 12 places of worship on this 400 acres, along with hundreds of offices and shops, including several dozen restaurants. There's also 7 museums and 2 performing arts theaters. 2 institutions of higher learning, including the 500-student St. John's College and the 4,300-student U.S. Naval Academy. As with that area of Charleston below Buffane and Pinckney Streets, there's a lot that can happen on 400 acres. Back to the airport for a short field takeoff, and we're over water again en route to Boston, which was founded in 1630, 40 years before Charleston. Here's a map from 1838. Like Charleston, Boston was built on a peninsula. This area, known as the Back Bay, was a low-lying wetland area. In 1857, Boston began filling in the Back Bay to expand the city. Homes and businesses were built, and this is how it looks today. If price is any measure, the Back Bay is among the country's most desirable neighborhoods. It includes beautiful civic buildings such as Trinity Church, the Boston Public Library, and the Museum of Fine Arts. Flying over Boston, see how Patriots Point is about the same size as the Back Bay. Another shot with the Charles River on the left and Beacon Hill in the financial district beyond. Heading east now over the water, there's Nantucket, another great American place. Afterburners, I told you, ours is a specially equipped C-17. Across the North Atlantic we go to the United Kingdom. Below is Land's End, a settlement at the southwestern tip of jolly old England. As we fly along the southern coast of the country, notice how the towns are compact and surrounded by open space, usually farm fields. U.S. cities exhibited these patterns before World War II. Penzance, just to the east of Land's End, a historic coastal town. Now over Dorchester, a town of 20,000 people. Poundbury, shown here, is a new western extension of the town that Prince Charles is developing. It looks like he's about halfway through build-out. His Royal Highness with Poundbury in the background. He's not looking too happy with us, so flying so low over his country, so over the English Channel we go, and over the North Sea to Belgium, one of Europe's low countries, passing over Zeebrugge and over the man-made canal to the city of Bruges below us now, dropping down to show Patriots Point on this 1,000-year-old city of canals. Bruges is where King Charles II, for whom Charleston is named, hung out until reclaiming the British throne in 1660. By the way, the cities we've chosen to fly over are a good source of ideas that we'll draw upon later. Over the Swiss Alps and into Italy, where we see Patriots Point overlaid on Venice. Another city of canals, Venice, like Bruges and Charleston, was built on low terrain. With sea levels rising, maybe Charleston should consider converting some of its flood-prone streets to canals. Okay, westbound over the Mediterranean, passing over Barcelona and Lisbon. Warp speed now, back over the Atlantic, passing over Bermuda, an island country of 65,000 people, the same population as Mount Pleasant. This is the 400-year-old town of St. George's, once the capital of Bermuda. Crossing the last 800 miles of ocean as we head home. So think about the possibilities for this asset of the citizens of South Carolina. We've got high elevation, are relatively undeveloped, and no brownfields requiring environmental remediation or cleanup. Final approach now and on the ground. So what do we learn? A bit about what other places are doing and have done, the different ways cities were built before and after World War II, that a lot can be done on 400 acres. Did we gain inspiration and enlightenment? I hope so. Thanks for making the trip. Subsequent presentations will introduce specific ideas for Patriots Point. Please check them out. I'm Vince Graham. Thanks for listening.